What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Crypto Tips. My name is Toby, and here we have Jason Pizzino. He is our favorite chartist. He's one of the ones that actually makes money in this space while trading. So, welcome to the show.
Thanks very much, Matt. Good to be on again.
Yeah. We've had a market dip, and there are actually a lot of people that are scared. I'm getting calls from friends like, "Hey, what's up with this dip?" And kind of what I've been telling him is, "Hey, we have a $2.5 billion venture fund that just started from Paradigm, which is run by Fred Erzhem, and he was one of the founders of Coinbase. And so, there's huge money that's pouring into this space. We just had a venture fund of $2.2 billion in July. So, I mean, we're seeing more and more money being thrown in. So, what are your charts looking like? Like, I know we have the positive news out there. What are your charts showing for Bitcoin?
All right, we can dive straight into that. This will be like a quick one for everyone freaking out at this point. Well, the charts are showing two red days. You
Okay.
can just see these days that are down, but I
Yeah.
know that doesn't really help too many people. It just says down. Uh, what I'll look at first, and this is very nicely bullish for my analysis, is just where we've come from and the extension of ranges. So what I want to look at first is July to September. So I always look at the story of the market, just like you're talking about the fundamentals of the market. We've had this fund come in and that fund come in, and there's all this money coming in, all of this picture in people's minds because they're used to fundamentals, news, stuff that's going on, and they try and put a picture together. The chart's doing creating a picture for me as well. So I'm using this range. That's you can clearly see that's one range up,
Yep.
and then you can see that there was a correction. Then you can see there's another range up and a correction, another little range up, and we're in this next correction. Or I could use this entire range and then say maybe this is another correction that might be this sort of market sentiment type correction, because this was, if you remember back literally just 2 months ago to September, this area was really bearish. We had the liquidation here.
Yep.
That was when all those longs got liquidated. And then we dove into September 23rd, 4th area. That was the Evergrande news. And then
Yep.
we had the China Ben's crypto transaction news, which is where I'm circling here. And then it came back again here. And then we had some other news of Evergrande about to collapse here. And
Yeah.
this was the liquidation. So there was just so much bad news. And people were thinking this is the bull trap. And we were supposed to go down to 14K. That was literally 2 months ago. Everyone was raving on about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm setting the picture here because this is how the news comes together. And this is their attempt to wash people out with that sort of news, especially after such bad news. You actually get a market take off into new all-time highs. And this news couldn't do it. And that's actually worse news than whatever's going on now with Mt. Gox selling some crypto or something else that's like, it's so small. So if you start to measure stuff, if people like some maths and extensions of emotion, you take the low to the high, and then I measure it from the next low. So essentially, I've just put together, think of it like the market sentiment. This is one leg of the market sentiment. This is another leg of positive market sentiment. Okay. And you have a leg of negative market sentiment. So this is +1. Here's +2. How far did this go when we got the second round of positivity? Look at these
Yeah.
numbers here.
Yeah.
1.25, 1.5. Okay, so you can see that this is just measuring this range. So this range projected from the low. So we had a party, we got drunk, got a hangover. How big was the next party? The next party was actually 125% of the first party. Make sense?
Yeah.
Am I
Sounds good to
losing here?
me.
Sounds good to
Yeah.
you? So this is like the beauty about being able to read a chart, and that you can actually start to have markers in the sand and you can measure stuff. When you just look at news and just fundamentals, you can't measure anything. There's no way to give you an idea of where these markers are in the sand. And so I'm now measuring these levels. Remember, I might be talking like these are all that nothing can ever go wrong, but of course it can go wrong. But we're just going to use what's happened in the past, and we use that to our best advantage in the future. So I'm looking at 100%, 125%, and now I think we should get a correction because a party doesn't go on forever. So we need to get a correction, whether that lands just before this low at around 58, or if it lands around that sort of 54, 55, or if it comes back to this previous top around that 50 to 53K area.
Sure.
We're still all in a strong uptrend
Yeah.
because we have an extension at the moment. We got 100%, and we got this range, then we got 125%. So we come back, settle, we start our next leg. That's what I'm looking at here.
Yeah. So plan B would probably be sweating right now because I mean we are about $37,000 off of $98,000, which he's saying maybe on the end of November. It's pretty aggressive price target, but
yeah, I'd be surprised if it gets there. I mean, what have we got? 2 weeks left, and that means it would have to go 50%, more than 50% actually.
yeah. Oh, we've
we go
seen it
from
happen before, but
yeah, but we're at such big numbers now. Oh, look, if I go to 98K, we got to
yeah.
get 60, 65% from where we currently are. I don't think Bitcoin has actually done a 65% month since it's been above, what, 30K? Have you ever seen a
Yeah. I mean, I
65%
remember
month?
it back in 2017, 18, it doing very similar things to that. But
Yeah,
it's
but
just
we're at
yeah,
such big prices now, you know?
yeah,
It takes a lot more money to boost it. So even this 1
exactly.
month here, that's 80% for the month of February, but it didn't close that high. It
Mhm.
reached 80% from the absolute low. So sure, I guess it is still kind of possible. What did we do last month? We did low to high. We only did about 50 odd percent from the low to the high last month.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just based on, what we're seeing here, I think it might be a long shot if it did that. Not only is it a long shot, it would be very, very unhealthy
Yeah,
because we definitely don't want to see the market race up that fast, that hard, because it's probably going to come back down as hard and as fast. And so
exactly.
then the party's over. We
Yeah.
want the party to keep going.
That it just needs to form a nice base and relax a little bit, take its time. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
That's what I'm seeing here. It was kind of getting to that point there. Using this range again, 100%. We
Yeah.
drag this to this low, basically hit at 50%. And this is usually a breakdown point, 50%. So the market essentially did this range, but 50% of it. And that's a good sign. Let me just move this back. That's a good sign of a potential turn. It's not the final top. It's not the turn that will end everything. But when the markets do get rejected at this 50% level, learning how to draw these, it's
Yeah.
usually a sign that things need to cool down for a little bit. The next point to look out for is if we break down from that 57,600 using the Coinbase chart. So just pretty much the low that happened on the 27th and 28th of October.
Okay.
That's the low that you want to see hold for a really strong bull market for say November, December. If it breaks down, not the end of the world. It just means it'll probably take more time than what people are willing to give it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Where is the really dangerous place zone that you would you don't want to
Right
see?
here.
Definitely don't want to see.
You do not
Where's
want to
that?
see it. This is at 3940-ish level.
Okay.
So it was the low that was put in September, 21st of September, and that little zone that was just building up. That's like a pretty big pivot point at the moment. It's a weekly swing. And
Yeah.
if that gets taken out, again, it doesn't mean that the bull market is entirely over, but it would definitely add a lot longer to a sideways period and accumulation potentially. It could mean that it's over too, but if it does break down, it's a lot weaker than if it just stayed at these levels and had a like a healthy correction to anywhere between sort of like 50 to where it currently is at 60. So this is healthy in here.
Yeah.
This is unhealthy, and this is bad.
Sure. What are the chances, in your opinion, that we would get into the bad zone?
I
Putting you on the spot here.
Yeah, I don't. The chances are slim
Okay.
at this point in time. So I guess the long and short of it is, at the moment we're in an extension. We need a healthy pullback. 58K would be ideal. We hold above that, so that 57, 58, grind away, form a base, and then we move on. In that case, then I could definitely see you putting out more Patreon posts about trades that you might be looking at buying or cryptos that you're looking at buying.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's there's some good stuff out there, and man, pullbacks are definitely welcome because I mean, both you and I know where this space is headed, so we're not worried.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, exactly. And I like this as another potential opportunity for ETH. I'm looking anywhere from around 37 to about 42, 43. I'd probably
Yeah.
wait a little bit more, but I want to
Okay.
see some more volume come into this.
Okay.
Just a bit more life come into it. Yeah.
That's great. If we can just do this and relax the whole way up, man, I would definitely take that, rather than it just having a blow off top right now.
Well, yeah, you can see what happened, eh? It just had this huge blow off. It
Yeah.
comes all the way back. But we start to grind up,
Yeah.
and then we had a blow off, and it came all the way back. And then it tested all these lows again, formed a base, and started to
Mhm.
grind up. Like, this is a healthy move up, and it's not bringing too much attention to it yet. It's what is it? Has it? No, it hasn't doubled yet, but it's done like what 60, 70%, and it just has not brought attention to it. 80%,
Yeah.
but the attention was brought to Ethereum when it went from 2,400 to 4,400.
Yeah.
Like it had so much attention, it just got
Yeah.
wiped out because this is all just noob traders coming in, FOMOing, trying to get rich quick.
Yeah.
It has to wipe them out. But here, we've grinded up. People have all just been brushing off Ethereum. Gas fees are too high, yada, yada,
Mhm.
yada. Guess what? You've just missed out on like 80%.
Exactly. Well, that's good. Thanks, man.
Yeah, all good. I hope that helps a lot of people. And if
Yeah, for
they've got
sure.
parts of their portfolio they want to start diving into, looking at those plans of what they want to buy, now's the time because it's not too panicky and you're starting to get some lower prices. I'm not saying to buy. I'm just saying be prepared.
Exactly. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Jason, for being on our show. If you want to look at Jason's YouTube channel, the link is down below. Thank you, Jason, for being on the show. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Matt. I'll see you again very soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.